Good afternoon, YouTube. How are you guys today? My name is Neek, and I'm here to talk to you about isolation. Well, more so a feeling of wanting to be alone and just kind of not deal with the outside world, basically. So I come to you guys today to talk about this topic because I had a best friend who came to me and explaining to me how lately she's just been feeling as though she just want to go home from work and not have anything else to do. So basically, she's like, hey, it's like lately I just want to go work and go home to my kids and not deal with anything else on the outside. So, but the problem was that she couldn't understand why she started having these feelings of wanting to be alone and kind of isolate herself for anything else that didn't have to do with work or her kids. So I went on to explain to her about a time that I pretty much was in her shoes and felt the same way. Now, the thing is that my friend is a social butterfly. Great girl, lovely girl, and the life of the party, basically. So, again, so it was kind of new to her to why she was feeling the way she was feeling. So, I was explaining to her about my situation and how I felt the same way years ago. At the time, I couldn't understand why I was feeling the way that I was feeling. And so eventually I got to the point that I started to meditate and I started to pray because I'm like, okay, maybe God and my ancestors are trying to get me along for a reason. During that time of me kind of going within and taking my energy back and, just like giving myself the care that I was giving everyone else because at one point in time in my life, nothing dealing with me personally mattered. Just as long as those that I were taking care of and looking after, as long as they were straight, then that's all that mattered. I didn't realize at the time just how much I was literally damaging my own self. And when I say damaging my own self, at one point in my life, my body just started aching. I was perfectly healthy, but I couldn't figure out why my body just felt so drained, so tired. And then at one point, and it's kind of hard to explain, but I literally started to feel as though my soul was being drained. I couldn't understand what the hell was going on and what I was feeling. And at that time, I want to say after speaking with my ancestors, speaking with God, I actually ended up having a dream. And at that time, my great granny was telling me how she was pretty much saying, baby, you are tired. You are tired, and this is your body way of telling you it's time to pull back your energy and take care of you. So that's exactly what I did. I started to pull back my energy. I started taking care of me. And I actually got to the point in my life that I became so comfortable with being in my own company that I didn't want to have a damn thing to do with anything that didn't have anything to do with money. To be honest, if it wasn't about work, I didn't even care. I had lost interest with wanting to go out with family because family and friends because I'm like, look, I'm not obligated to. At this point, I was always the type that was doing the supporting. If you was having something and you invited me, I was there. And again, I didn't realize at the time that these things was draining my energy. So once I started to realize it, I started pulling back. So I say this because I want you guys to really sit and think about it. Once you get to the point in your life that you feel tired and all you want to do is just be alone, be to yourself, and not deal with anything that you don't necessarily have to deal with, 9 times out of 10, God is telling you, you guys need to talk. It's time to talk because there is a little bit more that's going on. And don't let anyone make you feel bad about the fact that you decided to take some time for yourself to get yourself together, to get your mental health in order. Because unfortunately, you do have a lot of people that are trying to guilt you because you put yourself first. But please, by all means, please be strong and don't allow that person to manipulate you into feeling as though you don't matter and what's going on with them is more important because it's not worth your body being run down. It's not worth feeling like everything in you is just being drained. none of that is really worth it. It's not worth it whatsoever. So I wanted to just pretty much touch bases with you guys about that, because it's okay. If you want to take that time, please take that time. Sit in an empty room, whatever it is you have to do to get yourself together, please do so. And when you feel like you want to be alone, you don't want to have to deal with the world or anything of that, don't look at it as being a problem, because truth be told, it's not a problem. It really can be a blessing in disguise. So I want you guys from now on to think about putting you first. It's okay. Put yourself first. It's okay to take care of whatever else you have to take care of, but you have to kind of learn how to balance that out. Balance it out. Don't let taking care of the needs of others be your downfall. You have to take care of yourself, okay? Sit down, talk with your ancestors, talk with God, ask them to show you, and just kind of take that time. Take that time to yourself. That's like the biggest thing that I can push right now, is telling you to take that time, because it's absolutely okay. Once I started to take that time to myself, a lot of things in my life really had become so much better, so much clearer. I actually went from one job with making a certain amount to another job, to whereas I was making more than double the salary I was at that job, because I learned to set boundaries, and I learned to just put my needs above others. Because at one point, I'm like, if I leave this place, what would they do without me? What would this be? What would that be? But I didn't realize at the time that I was stopping my own growth. So don't make those mistakes. That's one of the biggest things. Don't make those mistakes. Take the time you need for you, because everybody needs it. Bye, you guys.